Okay, you got a great opportunity today. You know what to do. Together, 60 minutes, snap the whistle. All you got, all day long. Cougar football, be your best today, gentlemen. Enjoy this opportunity today.
My name is Patrick Donley. It's my great honor and privilege to induct the NAIA's all-time winningest coach, my father, Kevin Donley, into their Hall of Fame. In addition to a Hall of Fame induction, tonight is a celebration for someone who has simply achieved so much, both on and off the football field. This is an opportunity for all of us to recognize a man whose life's work has influenced so many to achieve greatness in their own lives. This is a time and place for us to pay tribute to someone whose selflessness in pursuit of greatness has never been compromised because of his sincere love for those he has had the privilege of guiding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the gathering of many people here tonight who have been impacted by my father's profound leadership over many years.
Okay, sudden change. Got to handle the highs and lows of this game. Something good happens, great. Forget it, go on to the next play. Something bad happens, forget it, go to the next play. Bottom line, we've got each other's back all together. We know what we're doing. All you got to do is play hard. Offensively, got to take care of the football. Defensively, got to pressure the quarterback, keep the ball in front. Going to get a lot of double moves, going to get big posts, keep it in front, okay? Let's play Cougar football, man. Let's have fun. Let's take it to them tonight. Stay together. Stay together all night. Faith is one of our values. Faith is one of our values. That interprets into confidence. I got confidence in you. You got confidence in yourself and your teammates.
You know, being here in Indianapolis tonight is really fitting for this banquet because my father's illustrious career began here in this area, 40 miles from here, 36 years ago at Anderson University. At the time of his hiring at Anderson, Dad was the youngest collegiate head coach at 26 in the entire country. In his 4 seasons at his alma mater, Dad's Raven teams compiled a record of 28-9, winning 2 conference championships in 80 and 81. He was also named the Hoosier Buckeye Conference Coach of the Year in both of those seasons, along with an NAIA playoff appearance in the 1981 season. In 64 years of that program's history, my father is the winningest coach by percentage in program history. Following the success of the 81 season at Anderson, my father desired a new coaching challenge. Georgetown College in Kentucky certainly provided that challenge. His dad was the 6th Tiger coach in 7 years. The rebuilding process took time. In Georgetown early on, his staff finally provided much stability to the program that was in dire need. In 1987, the Georgetown football team won its first of 5 conference championships, along with 5 NAIA playoff appearances in 6 seasons during my father's tenure, with the pinnacle being reached in 1991 when the Tigers won the NAIA National Championship with a 13-1 record, and Dad claiming the first of his 2 National Coach of the Year honors. Georgetown's high-powered offense, run-and-shoot offense, averaged 53 points a game, which was the driving force in their national championship run. My father's quarterback that year is with us here this evening, as he currently serves as the offensive coordinator at the Eastern Kentucky University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dane Dameron.
For the fans, it was a year to remember, and for the players, it was one they'll never forget. A look back at Georgetown College championship football. What a spectacular year it was.
Thanks, Patrick. Patrick's he's grown up a lot since he's a little toe-headed, blonde-headed boy running around the Hinton Field there. Georgetown College's stadium, when I played, you know, we called it the Rock for very good reason. But I always liked playing at Georgetown because when you got to about the 20-yard line, going that way right there's about a 10% incline, so this slow quarterback could just put it in coast and just coast right on in. And I know our field goal kickers always really liked it too, because if you really got a tape measure from if you could figure that out, they probably just had to kick it about 6 feet to get it over top of that crossbar there. But it is a true honor to be able to stand here and play just a small role in the induction of my coach, Kevin Donley, into the NAIA Hall of Fame. when Coach Donley recruited me to Georgetown College for the 1990 season, I'm from Kentucky, as you can tell by the way I talk. I'd never even heard of Georgetown College. My father was a pretty successful NCAA basketball coach at Kentucky Christian College, and I had already had it in my mind that I was going to go play basketball for my dad. But got a phone call from Coach Owens and invited me down on a visit to Georgetown College. And like I said, I thought after after Lexington, the state of Kentucky just dropped off. So I had a chance to go down there, and Coach Donley sit there and recruited me. So right there, I still had it in my mind that I was going to play college basketball, but my dad said, no, you're going to go play college football because you love football. And the first time I met Coach Donley, I was immediately drawn to him, and I knew that he was going to be a coach that I would absolutely love playing for. Coach Donley was a player's coach that was always firm but very fair in how he treated all of us. And I was always thankful for that because I played with a lot of confidence, and he always allowed me to be me. I believe Coach Donley's greatest attribution was his willingness to change. Coach Donley had always been a wishbone offensive coordinator. We're going to run a triple option, try to get 4 yards a pop. But I believe that he knew that in order for us to take our next step, we had to be a little innovative. And so prior to that season, we went to the run and shoot and had a very successful season my freshman year. And then during the 90 season, we made that change because the change laid the foundation for what was going to happen in the 1991 season, which was our national championship season. As Patrick said, we scored a lot of points. And I would like to think that because of Coach Donley's willingness to change and his innovation, that played a small role in what you're seeing from offensive football today. Because we were running the option, we were running the read option, we were just doing it from under center. And we were throwing the ball, and boy, did we throw the ball. And we had a whole lot of fun. And I don't think a lot of people know this, and Coach Donley probably doesn't even know this, but Coach Donley was also a fashion setter. After we had beaten Eureka College in the first round in the 1991 playoffs, Chris Hogan and I, our other team captain, we were riding in whatever that car you had was. It was a Dodge Dart or something. I don't remember what it was. But we were heading down 75 into Lexington, Kentucky to do Coach Donley's TV show there at Channel 56. And I looked at Coach Donley. I said, Coach Donley, in the only way that I could, if we make it to the finals, we want to wear black socks. Now, this was 1991. Nobody was doing that. And so he was tired of having me ask him. He said, sure, Dane. We make it to the national championship, we can wear black socks. Well, we made it. I reminded him, and we wore them. And I don't think Coach Horning's still gotten over it. So when you hear the Michigan Fab Five talk about how they were the first one to wear the black socks, December 21st, 1991, check the tape. It was the 1991 Georgetown College Tigers. Coach Donley's the reason I chose coaching as a profession. I always admired his passion for the game, his love for his players, his involvement in our community at Georgetown, and how he was always a dad to Patrick and Megan. He always seemed to have his priorities in order. I never doubted his passion for football, but always knew that he was a husband and a father first. Coach Donley has always, to this day, invested in me as a person. To this day, whenever we talk, he always asks how my mom's doing. And when my father passed away, Coach Donley called me to offer his support to me. As a coach myself, one thing that I have taken from Coach Donley is the ability to be a friend to my players. I don't have to be their buddy because Coach Donley never for 1 second thought Coach Donley was my buddy because he let me know in no uncertain circumstances he was my friend, but most importantly, he was my coach. But Coach D would never want to hang out with me. We probably would today. But I always knew that I could count on him for anything. And the great thing about it is that bond still holds true today. I think I can speak for all of us Georgetown Tigers, and I'm quite sure for all his St. Francis Cougars that are here this evening. We all know what Tiger time or Cougar time is. If it's a 3 o'clock meeting, that meant 2:50. That is so ingrained to me today that when I show up for a staff meeting at Eastern Kentucky University, I'm going to be early. And somebody will look at me and say, Coach, we still got 5 minutes. I'll look at him and say, Tiger time. Coach Donley also had a very tremendous impact on my home state, the state of Kentucky, in the high school football. He started his football camps, and he took them throughout the state of Kentucky to introduce our brand, the run and shoot. And to this day, when you're recruiting high school teams in the state of Kentucky, you'll still people running delay, choice, hard nose, with a little bit of orange sprinkled in there with some orange 39 and orange guards east. Coach Donley, I thank you, and I believe that I speak for all your former Georgetown players, all your former St. Francis players and current. We are proud to be part of this evening. I have always been able to say that I played on a national championship team, but now I can say I played for a Hall of Famer. Congratulations.
Thank you, Coach Damron. Just tremendous. Following his 10 years, tremendous seasons at Georgetown, which totaled 75 victories, Dad left Georgetown, the NAIA, for a stop at NCAA Division II California University of Pennsylvania for 4 years. After his time at Cal, Dad was contacted by a longtime friend, the late Coach Terry Hepner, about a new startup NAIA program at then St. Francis College in Coach Hepner's hometown of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dad always wanted to start a program from the ground floor, and being Catholic, and it was in Indiana, the fit couldn't have been any more perfect. The start of the USF program is full of great stories that are much better told by my father than myself. And in my opinion, a book or a movie would be fine mediums for this unbelievable story. Maybe one day, Dad. In 1998, the University of St. Francis Cougar football team, its inaugural year, finished 2-8, which put the team dead last in the Mid-States Football Association. The all-freshman Cougars of 98 were determined and highly motivated through my father's leadership to improve in year 2 of the program. And improve they did, going from worst to first, finishing 8-3 and winning the first conference championship in program history.
Boy, Joe, it's a chilling experience, I think. It really is. You know, a team that has come so far, and they don't know how far they can come, and they're going to be wearing some special mementos, as we mentioned, befitting of this conference championship, the league championship, actually, and the first ever playoffs. And I tell you what, you look down the road, Art Mandelbaum, 3, 4, 5 years, there's just no telling how far this program can go.
That 99 team was the foundation for what became one of the very best small college football programs in the country over the next decade and a half. The USF program, in its following the inaugural year, has gone 156-29, won 11 conference championships, 14 NAIA postseason appearances, 6 semifinal appearances, and 3 national championship appearances. While Dad also added another National Coach of the Year honor in 2004, along with 8 Mid-States Football Association Coach of the Year honors. The USF football program has been ranked in the top 25 in the NAIA coaches poll 173 consecutive weeks, 15 years and counting, the longest in the NAIA. Even Carroll College, sorry, Coach. We got one on you. I would like to invite one of my dad's another former quarterback to the podium. He was a part of the early history of the USF program from 99 to 2002, serving as my father's offensive coordinator. He's now the offensive coordinator of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Please welcome Coach Mike Yurcich.
I'd like to thank Pat for the invitation up here tonight. To be able to speak here tonight is truly an honor. What Coach Donley means to me and my family goes far beyond any words I can speak tonight. You know, I think anytime you're a coach and you enter the profession of coaching, you get a taste of coaching, and it's either really good or it's really bad. And excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold tonight, so. You know, with Coach and entering University of St. Francis, My first year, I was given some responsibility, and it grew as time went on. And that experience, coaching for Coach Donley, and the experience that I had was really pleasant. And it wasn't always peaches and cream. I mean, we had conflicts. I would come in, and I was 23, so I knew everything. I knew every play and all that sort of thing. And the thing that Coach Donley had was the ability to listen to you, and he felt like, this guy has a good idea, but he's just way out of his mind. He's 23 years old. He doesn't have a clue. But you really did feel that you were listened to when you went in and presented an idea in front of Coach Donley. And to be able to learn his offense, and this is a system, nowadays in spread football, we always talk about installations of a short installation, a limited menu of plays, and be able to repeat those plays over and over and over again. Well, Coach Donley was doing that years ago. He was way ahead of his time, and I learned much football from him. And more than that, I probably learned the most valuable lesson in my life, and that's how to treat people with respect. And the one thing I went in to speak to Coach Donley with early in my career, I said I wanted to get a master's degree. And as I became offensive coordinator, I still had an internship to do at Southside High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And it took me 1,000 hours of internship hours, if you will, to be able to earn my master's. And being able to allow your offensive coordinator, and I don't know if anybody can really understand that except the coaches here, to be able to allow your offensive coordinator to do that internship and have that responsibility with him in that role, and he's gone all day, and then he comes back for practice and that sort of thing. To allow me to earn that master's is something that I'll always have, and I really respect you for that, Coach, because there was never any sideways about you. You always understood that education was very important for me. So for that, I thank you very much. You kept your word, and I appreciate that, along with all of the football that you taught me. And, the one thing about Coach D is his confidence. And when he walks up and down that sideline, I think all the players feel that confidence, and all the former players that I see here today can attest to that, is that it's an aura about him. And when you're willing to compete, when you're willing to lay it on the line, there's certain things that you risk. And he was never afraid to let it fly. And I just wish that, like Coach Damron, I wish I had 4 years with you, and instead of that 1 year at California, Pennsylvania. And I also wish we had that 10% incline. That would have helped me very much. No doubt about it. But, Coach, congratulations. Thank you so much for what you've done for all these guys and for all your former players. And for me, professionally, thank you so much for what you've done. You've really influenced me in a positive manner. You're a great man and a great coach, so thank you very much.
My father has 272 total career victories over 35 seasons as head coach. He's the NAIA's all-time winningest coach. He is also 14th all-time in college football victories for all levels of football. Ahead of such names as Tom Osborne, Lou Holtz, Woody Hayes, and Bo Schembechler, many of my father's coaching heroes. He's already in the Georgetown College Athletic Hall of Fame, the St. Francis Athletic Hall of Fame, and the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. He has influenced over 70 former players and assistant coaches to pursue coaching as a profession at all levels of football. Dad's coaching tree, and bear with me here, is quite a few. Dad's coaching tree consists of current general manager of the Chicago Bears, Phil Emery, former offensive line coach of the Houston Texans, John Benton, outside linebackers coach with the Arizona Cardinals, James Betcher, Bruce McNorton, who's here this evening, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And at the collegiate level, Coach Mike Ward from the University of Illinois, linebackers coach. Coach Jeff Durden, offensive coordinator, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Gary Dunn, offensive coordinator, Duquesne University. Chris Van Horn, who's here with us this evening, defensive line coach, University of New Hampshire. Rob Tenyer and Craig Mullins, head coach and offensive coordinator, Morehead State University. Along with many of the current Georgetown staff and my fellow USF coaches here with us this evening, and countless high school coaches throughout the country. One other individual who certainly will follow Dad into this very Hall of Fame, the current head coach of Georgetown College, Coach Bill Cronin. In addition to these coaches, Dad has influenced former players to be the best businessmen, doctors, lawyers, teachers, fathers, and husbands that they can possibly be, all while instilling essential virtues of service, humility, character throughout their time playing for him. My father's legacy is truly great, and oh, by the way, he's still going strong. A new 6-year contract at USF has my father excited as ever to continue leading people to achieve both academic and athletic goals to better prepare them for life after football. My father will tell you he is so blessed to have the life and career that he has had as he continues to serve our student athletes at USF. He is rewarded much more by the relationships that he has made and the many success stories of former players than all of the victories on the field. Dad, you are truly a man of character, vision, conviction, and someone people can genuinely admire. If I sound like your biggest fan, it's only because I truly am. Having had the honor of serving on your staff the past 10 years is something I will treasure the rest of my life. Congratulations on this most deserved honor. I love you, as many of us do in this room. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NAIA's all-time winningest coach, Kevin Donley.
Thank you so much. Tyler, congratulations. Man, 4 national championships. Just so happy I could sit around and witness 2 of them. Great, one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played this game in NAIA football, so congratulations. You know, we as coaches, we teach, we preach on a regular basis, if not a daily basis. Right, Mike? About team concept. It's about we. It's not about me. It's about us as a group. And I can't tell you how honored and humbled I feel to get this award, but you almost feel like a hypocrite standing up here because we preach it all the time about we, team. And, you know, we're up here taking a Hall of Fame. It's about everybody here. So many people are involved in this thing because football is the ultimate team sport. You know, I get so many people to thank here tonight. Thanks NAIA for the opportunity to be honored like this. I want to thank our athletic director, Mike McCaffrey. You nominated me. You did all the work. You made all the phone calls. You got Mike and Mike and Mike, I think, all the right letters. And, you know, I appreciate all that. But you got it going, Mike, and thank you for that. I want to thank Sister Elise. She had the vision to start football at the University of St. Francis and allowed me to be her football coach. Her support has never wavered, and our friendship will be forever. When she started that, I wanted to make sure we were going to do it the right way, and we were going to do it with the values that were important to her and that university. And we have worked diligently to make sure that that was the case. I better get my cards out. I forgot I had that. I got carried away. I want to make sure I don't forget anybody, but Mike and Sister, thank you so much. You know, every program, Georgetown, Anderson, my gosh, go back at USF, and you have all of the friends and support people from the community. So many of them are here tonight that don't work at the university and don't coach, but they're part of it. You got to have a community of support. We had it at Georgetown and the great national title runs, and that's continued with Bill. And we have it in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where people are just there for you. They're going to be there to support you, and we've got them here. coaches, my gosh.
No matter where you play, it's how you play. And you're going to play big time for 60 minutes. You're going to play big time for 4 quarters. You're going to take this football game over right from the get-go. I tell you one thing, when they wake up tomorrow morning, they're going to realize they played the real St.
A number of coaches I've had the opportunity to associate with through the years. Even those we play against each other, you know, it's the relationships that you have. And I know Mike and I have talked, gosh, we play each other every year and somebody's got to lose and we feel bad for the other guy. Not as bad as if we lost, but pretty bad. But the great coaches. Tonight, I'd like to recognize, because I have had the privilege of being around some great young men that have made this their career, high school, college level. And those of you that have played for me, coached for me, that are here, and you're still in this life's work, this is your mission in life, would you stand and let me personally thank you, and everybody else here thank you too. The many great players, you know, Mike was talking about the relationships with players. We had, you know, the incredible relationships. The great thing about tonight, you got guys coached back in the 70s, the 80s, Anderson, Georgetown, here. They haven't seen for 30 plus years. Get to see them, but the relationships never end. They're there. And it is family, and it is family forever. You want a timeout or not? Okay. And I'd like for all those who I've had the opportunity to coach through the years, for me to say thank you. Let me just have a little piece of your life is an experience in my life that I will never forget. If you'd stand, I'd like to thank you. I want to thank my family. Man, I've got a great football family. I'm going to get you back. Gentlemen, hey, couldn't be prouder of you. Couldn't be prouder of you. My daughter's unable to make it tonight. She was due Friday for our second granddaughter. Maybe by the time we end here tonight, we'll have another one here. But she was a football fan. Dane, you were her first love back before she ever started school. I don't know if you know that or not. But she wasn't able to make it tonight. My folks were not able to make it tonight. And I wish they were here. But I certainly understand. I missed them being here. And my dad isn't here, but I think he's up sitting with St. Peter with a shot glass of Irish whiskey and enjoying every minute of tonight. I want to give special thanks to my son, Patrick, who did a lot of work on this tonight. He did most of it. I'm up here enjoying my family that's here. My family, my football family, and what a great thing it is. And I want to thank my wife, Rita. You worked your tail off on trying to get this thing all organized today. This poor woman has to put up with some psychotic what's it called? What compulsive behavior from about August through recruiting season. So there's a couple of months there that were relatively sane, and great lady and love her dearly. And then probably the most important guy is my grandson Brennan. He is our first recruit of 2032. And we've got a football family. Coach Van Horn's up at New Hampshire now, and we have dual grandparents, Sherry now with Brennan. We've got a great football family and a great thing. I want to close here. In 35 plus years, man, it's gone just too quickly. I used to think it was about just winning football games that were the most important things, because you love that. If you're not a competitor and you don't want to go out and have that fight, smell the blood in the grass on Saturday, you're in the wrong business. But the longer you go, the most important thing are the relationships that you have, because it's something forever. It's family. I love each and every one of you. You've been a part of my family. I love all of you very much. And it's gone entirely too quickly. And I certainly hope I can stretch it for a little bit longer. Don't ever count the days, but make every day count. Thank you. This honor is something I will cherish forever. Thank you.
Closing, 2013 year was a fantastic year, and it's been a great banquet this evening, and two great recipients going into the Hall of Fame. I'd like to bring Dal up one last time to provide the benediction, and thank you all for coming out.
And congratulations to all of you and each of you. Lord, I just want to thank you again for this great privilege of being together tonight with this great NAIA family, the family of coaches, coaching families, the support of wives, children, grandchildren.